Hi everyone, this is Richard. In this video, let's go over TextField. So in the previous videos, we talked about these viewable type of widgets themselves, and they were nice and simple. You could click on them, choose one option. Now TextField is where you can actually start typing things into it. So we have a text field, and you can actually pull up the keyboard and start typing inside. All right, so let's look into that. But I have to always remind myself that whenever a widget doesn't render properly, or if it doesn't do what you want it to do, always think about the parent widget in which it is. So if it's not doing what you think it should be doing, number one, you could be doing it wrong, but number two, maybe the parent widget is the wrong parent widget for it. And you have to keep that in mind. I know I do. I tried to do a few things with this text field and it just wouldn't work, and I changed the parent widget and it started working. All right, so what are we going to do is we're going to have a text field right here. I type into it and it's going to type in anything I type into it up here. And when I hit enter or accept it, then it's going to print out what I just entered inside of there. Okay, so here's the same thing as I had before, the same application. I'm going to just put the app bar right inside of here, and for the title, say new text change. It's going to start off initializing change as blank. Okay, so it's going to be nothing stated up inside of here. Then body new container. So I tried to put the text field in the body because it's a widget, right? It needs a parent widget, so I put container, and I'm going to put the edge insets, and I'm going to put some padding inside of there, push it down a little bit right inside of here, okay? Then the child for the body, the child for the new container is going to be a new text field. And in the new text field is a bunch of different properties. Enabled equals true, or it is true. If I change this to false, we'll just go over some of these properties. It just gets blanked out, okay? So we'll reverse that. And then max length is 10. So if you start typing inside of here, you notice it counts down the number, or counts up the number of features there actually are. Is it enforced or not? Here it's not enforced, so I can keep typing inside of here and it goes over it. So it's not going to enforce it, but it is the maximum length. All right. So if you put max enforced is true, it's going to go back to 10. Okay, so let's delete some. 8, 9, 10, and it doesn't go beyond that. It won't let me type beyond that. Okay. Style, I'm just going to new text style colors.red. I'm going to make it red. Where is that? Obscure text, true. If you want to do like a password or something like that, I'm going to put this to false. Notice it's being obscured. If you're typing in passwords, you want to use that for obscure text. I'm going to say false so I can actually see what I'm typing in inside of there. All right. The main thing inside of here is you have the text field, and that for the text field, you have the shape, the appearance, some of these features for the field itself. For the thing you type inside of here, for the text itself, you're going to actually need a text editing controller. So what the type text editing controller is the stuff inside of the text field. So for a controller, you need text editing controller. You need some text editing controller, okay? And so what this does right here, what this does actually is it controls the data inside of the data that you typed into the text field, all right? So let's keep that in mind. On changed, anytime you change something, I'm going to change the state. Okay, so it's going to be right here, change the state, and I'm going to have change. So the text here, which is the text here, is going to change to E. So any addition here or subtraction, any change is going to be built into change in and of itself. So anything I type here is going to come up here. But on submit, when I actually submit it, you don't have to do both of these. You can, but you don't have to, okay? When I hit submission, it's going to print it out right here as I asked it to. Why? Because submission string E, print text edit control. Remember text edit control, it controls the data inside of here. .text, TextEditingController.text. I could have just put E, right? Just print E, but I wanted to just show how you can use the data inside of here through TextEditingController, what the heck that actually is. Then what I'm going to say is that the TextEditingController.clear, so clear the information right inside here. So type this, then I'm going to enter it, and it's going to clear it up. It's going to print it there, right here, and then it's going to clear it up, just like I asked it to right here. Okay, so what other options does TextEditingController do? There's a bunch of other options, value hash code. So there are a bunch of other options or methods that you can actually put onto it itself. I'm not great with all of these at this point in time. It's just the idea, though, the concept of what that TextEditingController actually is. Okay. So I think that is about it for the text field itself. Yep, that's about it. So again, make sure you have the correct parent container. Controller needs to be a new TextEditingController, TextEditingController, and then we set the states, and we can change the states depending on what you type in. Oh, one last thing. I was going to put this text field into the bottom navigation bar. Not a good idea, so be aware of that in the future. If you do that, I tried that, the text, and this, I have seen applications do this, the keyboard obscures it, so you don't know what text, where the text field is, so you don't know what you're typing in. I've seen a few apps actually have that, which was surprising, but because they were actually professional apps, but just keep that in mind for the future for yourself, okay? Thanks.